Howdy everybody, how's everybody doing out there in YouTube land? Greetings and salutations. And we have, aside from here, we have how do you pronounce that? Anna is in the room watching Devin. Oh yeah, Peter said that. That's his wife, Peter's wife, Anna. So, yeah, welcome Peter. And I think I might have some more. If anybody else is on the watching feed, want to join in chat, just feel free to jump in, say something, say hi, whatever. We won't kill you or anything. We're a friendly group. Yeah. Alright, today we're going to look at Regatta OS, which is a Brazilian distro based on OpenSUSE. Before we get to that, we have our script of the week, which we're going to take a peek at here in a minute. Go ahead and look at that, I guess. And we'll take a look at that here. Here's a script that I have that's called Install Candy Icon. Now, I decided to do this in this point because Garuda was a big thing on Big Daddy things. And of course, they use what's called beautiful icons or candy icons. Okay, hi Steve, how you doing? How let Peter in? Or who let Peter in? Yeah. So anyway, but the Garuda and all that stuff, they use the beautiful or candy icons. And I developed a while back when I installed them on Cinnamon and stuff like that, how to install Cinnamon on pretty much any distro. I think most of these work most distros. How to put a candy icons on your distro if you like them. So anyway, yeah. So what you got here is install candy icon set. This tarball can be downloaded at, and then lists the email at the URL there for the address for doing it. Now you can, if you hold down your shift control and shift key on most distros, click on it, it'll come up in your browser, and then you just do what it says. You click on the download button on the top of the window, click on the tarball file, download it, put the file in the directory, downloads candy icon, and otherwise script will install because obviously it's going to look for that directory. If it's not there, we'll say, hey, I can't find it in the program. Yeah. I see. Yeah, sweet, sweet. I think that's the name of the theme, is a sweet theme. And candy icons, of course, are part a little bit different, but at any rate. And some of the ones I found on this don't have a full set. Well, some of them will go back to default. Kind of messes up the theme of it a bit when it does that, but they're cool. So anyway, when you go here, it checks first if you got the tarball in your directory, in the candy icon directory. If it does, and then it goes through the process of installing it. If it does, then it goes in here and say skipping installing candy icons due to can't find the tar file. You can download tarball from the following website, blah blah blah, which lists up above. Place your home directory at blah 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 blah. Then it sleeps for 10 seconds, give you time to read it, and then it shoots back up here. And exit the file, then you have to restart it. Now, if you do have it and your tarball in the right spot and all that good stuff, then it'll check the CD into the directory, candy icon directory, then check see if you already have them in the your home folder .icons. It'll look for grep, the grep candy there. See if there's candy in those icons. There is. And then it'll skip down here. Candy icons already installed, and it'll end the program. If it isn't, then it will it'll that's what it says. If it's greater, if the error code is greater than 0, which means it's not there, then it'll install it. So install Candy Icons. If you don't have the home icons directory made, then it'll make one. And it extracts the tarball into the home icons folder. And then it's installed. You should be able to go into your distro wherever you install your icons, whichever distro desktop you're using. It's all there. Any questions? Autism Walk, Saturday morning. Is this some up in Chicago? Autism Walk? This is an Autism Month. Autism Month's May. I know it coincides with Parkinson's Month. April, that is, April. So, yeah. Alright. Hope that goes well for you. I agree with Peter. Check. That's your Candy Icon script for the week. Yeah, copy that down. Take a photo, give you time to take a screenshot of whatever. You can fill it in that way, or you can just go there and manually do all these commands yourself if you want to do it that way. After all, unless you have a lot of distros you like Candy Icons, you want to install them on there like I used to, then that's how you do it. Go back to my early videos, I have some where I go over the installing Candy Icons on the distros. So let's go back here live, and we're going to go up. Yeah. So we're going to take a look at Regatta OS. Ready to roll? Okay, first we're going to go to their home page now. One of the things about this distro is it is a kind of a, it's from Brazil, so most of the stuff on this website's written in Portuguese, of course. So yeah, occasionally when like you go around here, Regatta OS features, sometimes you hit into some other things. Like go right here. That's English. Ran into somewhere where it hit it into yeah, sort of never been easier. Yeah, because it uses KDE Connect. It uses KDE as its desktop, default desktop. Seems like most gaming distros for some reason use KDE, isn't it? Not sure why that is. I guess KDE is a good distro for good desktop for gaming, I guess, I suppose. Anyway, these features. Go back here. It is a gaming distro, but all they say to more easily do what really matters, offering everything you need to enjoy better performance with your PC. Whether doing simple everyday tasks such as opening apps and files, as well as enjoying your favorite games or creating content. So, yeah, but it's kind of gaming focused, designed, even though you can do most things like a regular OS, of course, on that regard. Supposed to simplify some of the gaming stuff. Supposed to. And yeah, so it's got apps, so you can see they really focus on Discord and Spotify and Steam, and the main ones on their app store that they have. And one of the features, one of the things that caught my eye was the game mode. because you have to go in, you have to set it in for most programs, you know. But here, this game mode will automatically sync up with your Steam games and stuff like that. I haven't really had a chance to test it out yet, but yeah. And they have a whole game access, which is sort of like their own sort of Lutra style functionality. I tried it out. I haven't been able to play any games on it yet, but because I haven't been able to get my computer to work out there. Basically, what I did was I took this OS. Now my son has a laptop that he's used for gaming. It's a gaming laptop, and it's got a NVIDIA card in it, as well as a Intel card for GPUs, two GPUs on it. And I tried to install some there, but I had problems with getting the NVIDIA card to work correctly. It says in the login file where it lists all the stuff that happens when you log in, it says that it can't load the NVIDIA driver because it's not there. So I don't know. Like I said, it's supposed to make it easier. At least in this case, unless I did something to screw it up when I was messing with things, but it's always a possibility, I suppose. But I've already installed it like 3 times. Now the installation really isn't that hard because it's got a Calamaris installer, so it works pretty well. The only little minor glitch I have with that is that they don't have a function on there when you hit erase all the whole disk and install it on there. They don't have the ability to tell you want to put a swap partition on it big enough to hibernate, or any swap partition at all. It doesn't have a swap partition, swap file, nothing. And NVIDIA drivers are always fun, and they're really screwy sometimes too. So I don't know if it's me or the OS or the laptop, but anyway, I'm still working on trying to figure out how to get the NVIDIA drivers installed on there, out there. I was hoping to get, spend most of the day messing around with it, and haven't got a cook yet. So haven't had a chance to play any games on it yet either, so I can't really tell you how it goes. But at any rate, yeah, it's supposed to make game access and stuff a lot simpler. Notebooks with hybrid graphics is not a problem now, so something else come out because it has a hybrid graphics. It's got NVIDIA card and an Intel GPU on it, so supposed to default says to make life easier for those with hybrid graphic notebooks. Elgato OS actually runs some applications with the dedicated GPU by default on AMD and NVIDIA laptop. I didn't mention Intel, maybe that's my problem. Maybe you can disable Intel once the NVIDIA worker or something like that. It's very useful for those software needs full power of hardware to work well. Some every you manage feature with your prime settings, so on and so forth. Yeah. So it's got a tool for managing that. You can tell what like all games run on the NVIDIA drivers and everything else runs on the dedicated GPU. And got cross-platform software, so it's got all this stuff on it. And there you go. See, this might have been the graphic. I went somewhere and I saw a bunch of English here too. Game access. One thing, since it's, even though it's got OpenSUSE on it, I don't think it uses a standard OpenSUSE for way of doing like adding NVIDIA drivers, but I haven't found much on for this because it's not a big distro apparently. I mean, probably not a big huge team working on it, being it's in Brazil, and you never know, but yeah. So anyway, it's talking about all the gaming and stuff, and No, y'all aren't that interested in gaming per se. Well, yeah, I've got part of mine's AMD. My son's laptop was an Intel GPU on it, and he had a NVIDIA GeForce 10 series, I think it is. And so, any of the 10 series work for some reason. Can't find anything. So, at any rate, that's what we got there. Now we'll check out the distro itself. Oh, see, I think I put that number 3. Okay, this is what it looks like out of the box, pretty much. It doesn't have a lot of desktop backgrounds on it, but it has some 3 or 4 color forms, but you can always download more. So I did out there, I downloaded some nice nature type backgrounds. I can show you how to do that in a minute. I'll show you how to do it now, I guess. Why not? You just right click on your screen, configure desktop wallpaper. And they have these bright ones here. More muted version of this. This is one follow. And there's next. That's a weird name for it. Anyway, you can go down here to get new wallpapers and initialize. And yeah, there's all sorts. There's hundreds of thousands of wallpapers, and you can just download them. So I'll show you what I like particularly. If I can find it. Oh, we're all rocks here, doesn't it? Loading on. I never had this many rocks. Here's one. Here's a nice one. Anyone installs this picture here. Install and use. And then you can install as many wallpapers on there as you want to. There it is. There it is. Ship out on the ocean or sea or something with a big rain cloud over it. Funky, huh? Hey, we have Glenn Jones. Yeah, VMs are interesting. So far worse people on VM. Now, one of the reviewer I watched on it said that he couldn't get it to work on box because he gets GPM, the screen resolution to set. Which obviously I did, huh? So what I did was basically, I just didn't put the X-render command in the profile. So let's see. Yeah, it's got this real funky thing on here. So I don't really care for that. So I, of course, installed something different. I installed Kitty. I like Kitty. So, oh yeah. So I'm gonna look at his profile. Nano. Profile. And there's our put the Xrender command right at the bottom. Xrender-S 1920 by 1080. And what happens is once you log in, when you finish logging in, it'll just adjust the setting of that. So that's helpful, hopefully. People to know. If put it in there, it'll automatically happen every time we log into it. And let's see. Oops, I forget. I'm used to super Q being to close a window. And oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, so there's all sorts of pictures and backgrounds you can get on the KDE's thing. Also, if you look at my previous videos, I've had somewhere I show you how to set the script KWin to do dynamic tiling, or you can have it do the tiling that it pops up on there like that. So there's all sorts of stuff you can do with KDE. That's a nice thing about it. Some people it's a little confusing because of that, because they have so many options you can use, but you can just install it and use it like it is, and it'll work pretty good just as well as Windows will. So that's pretty good. Now let's see what else. Oh yeah, let's see what's on this puppy, huh? Okay, there's a game now. I installed Steam on here, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. It's pretty simple. It comes pre-installed with wine on it, wine tricks, wine, and so anyway, and I haven't tried this out. This doesn't have NVIDIA, so it'll probably work fine on this one, but the other one I'm having problems with, so I said. Mainly it's what it is when you load Steam. It there. Yeah, this window will sometimes not show up. You have to like hit this button to shrink it down and shrink it back up. Finally, if you do it 2 or 3 times, it'll pop up with the thing. So then if I want to log into this thing, I haven't tried to actually log in or anything, see what it looks like. I'm assuming this will look pretty nice, although I can't play any games on this computer that have that powerful of a GPU or anything. Password login. Oh yeah, it's the first time I use it on this, so it's saying, okay, the code. There I got one. No, I don't have my phone with me, do I? Well, I don't worry about it anyway. Yeah, so you can see it works pretty well. I'm going to do this now, but you get the idea. It seems to work pretty good on this computer at least. So there's Steam for you. Now what it comes out of the box installed with. Graphics has got GWin view. You look at pictures. Ocular, which I think is a document viewer, it says, and then you got a Scanline, which is a scanning application. Internet, you got Firefox, default browser. You have your KDE Connect, which syncs your device up with your cell phone, stuff like that. And you have Regatta OS Store, Steam, shows up again. And Suporte do Regatta OS, which is Portuguese for support for Regatta OS. Do must be 4 in Portuguese. Multimedia, you got Pulse Audio Volume Control and the VCL Media Player come installed with it. Office, you have Ocular, which is document viewer, printers, so there's not a lot there, but install what you want. Settings, you have a little more, you have firewall, graphical save, printers. Now this is interesting because you got a SC controller, which is your controller. If you have a controller, you can set it up on this. I don't have a controller attached to this, otherwise I'd show you how it works, but Your system, your standard KD system setting. If you've ever looked at that, you know what it looks like. And wine tricks and Yoast, which is a OpenSUSE functionality administrator setting type thing. And then you got system, has a lot of stuff in it. Dolphin is a file manager. And gparted, info center, kitty console, which kitty I installed on here, so that doesn't come with it, but you can install it pretty easy. And on down the line. Now one of the weird things is it's also got an updater. The updater is kind of okay, it's not bad, it's alright, but it's also a little, like if I go into the repository, if I go into the kitty and the command line and I put updates using Zipper, which is the OpenSUSE version of package manager. One of them. Apparently you got more than one there. But anyway, if you use kitty, you use Zipper, you can update it, but it doesn't update the updater. It'll still show over here was needing updates until you click it and you tell the update, and it goes, oh, they're already done. And it tells you everything's updated. Those ones I've always done have always been pretty seamless in that regard. And you got Yoast, Software Manager, Yoast, and USB stick formatter, and USB image writer, so on and so forth. And you see some of these still import these installer, remover softwares. So yeah, you got a different one. Let's see, Ray, do you know if this is based on Leap or Tumbleweed almost? Leap 15, I believe it is. I'm not sure point what, might be 0.3. I think it's Leap 15, I know for sure. And of course you got utilities, which is your kwrite and kcalc and hardware information. Suppose this would show stuff like OSCO and Yoast hardware info. Yeah, so there's nothing really fancy about this hardware, so I'm not going to worry about this, but that's how you go into that. Now, this is a software Vergata OS store, they call it. And not the fastest thing in the world. Now, you can install a lot of things in here that they're a little harder to install. Like I installed Zoom on here using this. And you just type in here Zoom. Out on the computer, out in the thing, you pop, install it, worked pretty good so far. I haven't actually used it yet, but installed pretty good, easy on it. And but one thing is fear, because I know kitty I found in the repository is easy enough, but typing kitty here, it says results de posee kitty. That's that. In other words, no results for kitty. Sorry. That's kind of odd, I was thinking. So I'm not sure how integrated it is with repositories and that kind of thing with this. Doesn't seem to be. As a matter of fact, if you go back and I don't really see any kind of functions like this. Be closest to it, I guess. That's more window management there than anything. I don't see any settings that you can access for this. If there is, I don't know where it's at. Yeah. So anyway, that's that. But yeah, so sometimes if you can't find it in this here, you can look in on the zipper with the package manager and check there. And I'll show you how to know. If you're not familiar with zipper commands and stuff like that, it's pretty simple. It's there's only one major difference I found. over like a apt or something like that. I mean, a lot of the same commands that you use for apt you can use for zipper and it'll work pretty much, like sudo zipper install blah blah blah, whatever package you want to install on. That'll work pretty much out of that box like that. And yeah, so I'm not sure, like I said, how well integrated they are, but I don't know. So, oh, that is a queue there, and then can't get past. I gotta change that in there before. Alt F4. Alrighty. Now, this is a game, or got OS game access. And here, you can access games, kind of Lutra style, basically. Yeah, see, I tried to install out there to install Path of Exile. I never could get past login screen on it, so I'm not sure. Let's see if we'll try this, see how it'll work. Login Epic Game Store. Let's try this real quick, see what happens. This one. This probably work better than what out there. Yeah. Okay, now you got this crazy thing. Motorcycle. Looks like maybe there's motorcycle there. Bus. Motorcycle. It's a bicycle, isn't it? There's that electric bike. They consider a motorcycle? I don't know. That's where it's saying. Iffy on this. Next. Verify. The motorcycle. Looks like bicycle there. It says tailpipe. And that's somewhat, I guess it's bicycle. Let's see. This is where I can get past on the other one. Yeah, it takes me right back to log in the Epic Game Store. Does it here too, but it's doing this stuff. Preparing compatibility, so we'll see what happens. Now the other ones, I'm not sure about. Anyway, that's a game that's supposed to make it easier to access your games. I don't know how easy it is. It depends on how easy it is for you to log in places like that. That image looks like Peter. Click, click, click. Look forward to that. I'm planning to look at really retro games on Sunday. Yeah, I've installed Gruda on Matt trying on his laptop and see if that works better. We'll see, because you can install NVIDIA drivers right out of the box with the Gruda as well as Sentient OS. Not Sentient, but Salient. That's the difference. One's Sentient, one's Salient. Sentient's one discontinues the Debian version, with Salient is the Arch-based gaming version, created basically by one guy who created his OS for himself, basically, for gaming purposes. Well, I'm just going to kill out this. I don't know what it's doing there, but anyway. We'll go back to this. So that's that. You have dolphin and firefox. But you probably already know what those look like, so I'm going to show you that. Is there anything else we need to look at here? I'm trying to think. You have your notifications and your clipboard contents, standard pretty much stuff down here. Volume, your most recent device that's been connected to it. And actually, I think go ahead and icon, your time, date, and the other one's just set to your desktop. Hot key status. Ooh, you like keys, huh? Bulk, battery brightness, kitty connect. Yeah, so that's how that goes on that. I was trying to remember, is there anything else, anybody think you want to know about this before I move on? It was when these bags. Silent Robot is an awesome guy. Back in the day, he would take part in BDLL. Yeah, wish I could take part in BDL too, but unfortunately, it's another time I work Saturdays and Sunday evenings. So now, that's why I had to switch this to Wednesday. But yeah. All right. Give me some water here so I can talk better, hopefully. Hello, 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 world. So, what's been going on, y'all guys' life? Yeah, well, that's about enough. Trying to think of anything else I need to do on that. Anything else I need to say about Regatta OS? Yeah, my overall impression of Regatta OS pretty much is it's a nice distro. You can use it to just as a distro to do with. It has a lot of stuff on it. Also use a gaming distro, although I'm not sure yet how smooth and accurate it is and all the stuff that you're supposed to do for it. But yeah. So far I haven't had success with it. It'd just be me, I don't know, but yeah. Well, I probably have to try and install Salient or Gruda out there on that laptop and see if that works better for me. Yeah, Peter says, washing down my meds with a Yuengling Black and Tin. Yuengling sounds like some beer from China or something like that. Yeah. So yeah, we're going to try to do a YouTube now. Last time I got to figure out how to get this working right, because last time when I apologized to Peter for this, I thought he was cooking on it, but I played it back and he was like silent the whole time. His mouth's moving, but you couldn't hear anything him talking. Sorry about that, Peter. You said you were coming across, so I thought you were, but you weren't, apparently. So we can try that out and get some people on here so to think about stuff. Linux and other things like that. Yeah, that's why I'm not a gamer. I'm not really a gamer either, but I'm trying to do it for my son basically. So I haven't played a lot of games on Linux. I've dabbled with Hollow Knight a bit, but that's been about it. And that's on Pop OS, so I got that cooking too. Alright, so yeah, I need to go back to here, big screen, and I'm just setting things up over here, clearing out things a bit. Um, right. Zoom cooking on this thing. Zoom. Smidge. Appreciate y'all patient with me while I set this thing up here a bit. I'm gonna have to switch over to my earphones, I think, in order to not have feedback going on and stuff like that. Well, this thing clamp on me. Okay. Let me check my settings here on this, make sure we're cooking. Yeah, speaker. Yeah. Looks like it's alright. Alright. Yeah, okay. So now we got to go here. And the link, we'll see if we get this working now. For the people on. I think what I'm going to do is step OBS a little bit here. Yeah. Yeah, see if they can do the best of audio. Okay, I think that's what works. Now let's jump in. Feel free. I think it should work with sound now, hopefully. Alright, Peter. Alright, Steve. Steve's gonna jump on. I'm gonna figure this out, make sure everything's cooking okay. And in the report, Peter. Hey Peter, did you only one of those I was interested in, it looked interesting to me, was Kali Linux. I haven't really tried Kali desktop before, so I was curious about that one. Which version of Ubuntu did you install? Oh, X Ubuntu, that's what you installed. Okay, got it. Yeah, I'll go up here to. I need to take my face out of the way here to turn my face off. Alright, bye bye. I got just one face. Well, now, any particular distro y'all want me to review next time? Yeah. Yeah, I used Xubuntu back about, I think it's 2016, something like that was when I used it. 2016, 2017, somewhere in that time period. I used Xubuntu for about a year, I think it was, before I switched over to Linux Mint for a period of time. And yeah. Alright. Yeah. And Steve. Howdy, Steve. Yeah. Not that I have a big user base or anything, but Steve does a show on Sunday mornings. Pretty cool. You should go check him out. Anybody that reads this is not familiar with him. There you are. Let me go to the gallery view here. You say something, Steve, and see if it sounds out. Peter's there, he can tell us if it's working or not. Can you hear me? Hear that. I don't hear you, Steve. It should work, but not hearing you. You hear me, Steve? Say something. I can't hear you at all. I see, but I can't hear you. Peter, is he coming out over on your side? Oh, okay, say something, Steve. No, I still can't hear you. Used to have it set up where it worked, but I don't know how to do it anymore, apparently. Whoops. Peter says, I hear you, Rick, but not Steve. He's never sounded better. Yeah, I can't hear him either. Maybe it's something on his end. I don't know. Well, trying to think what else I can try here. Screen capture. Headphones. Not getting anything through here. I mean, maybe it won't be perfect, but at least we can talk if I do. Let's see. Turn desktop audio on. That doesn't seem to help. Headphones on. Start changing things to some words. Now it says, I hear myself. And I don't hear myself talk. That will confuse me. And I have to figure out this some other time, I guess, probably. I have any luck getting it set up to work correctly. Sorry about it, Steve. Yeah. Any suggestions? You can put in chat. Seems to be on his end, he says. We'll see if he figures it out then. Maybe turn on some stuff I set up or whatever if it gets too bad. So this is live stream, people. Live. Think you have it set up and it doesn't work. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm probably gonna figure this out. I'm not sure if it's gonna work. Who's in the song? Steve thinks it's his. I think it could be mine, I don't know, but I have to do some more testing with my son, I guess, or somebody else before we can declare it a victory party or something like that. He's obviously gonna make another attempt at this. There's Steve. I didn't hear that. And yeah, I have to call this a day for this part of it. Yeah, I don't know what else to do right now, so I'm not sure what the problem is. Technology. Gotta love it. Yeah, I've tried everything I can think of on the top of my head to find out what works. Like I say, I'll probably have to get on my son back on here and do another test, see if I can figure it out. And I'll just delete that one. So I guess we'll end it for now. And no here or anything. Peter's fault, huh? Totally. That's what happened to you. Except then last time I could hear Peter, but he apparently wasn't coming through on the stream. I went back and watched it. He just was all that type of thing. Yeah, I have to work on this more and figure it out better. Send me over all your tips on this stuff, Steve. I'll go ahead and end this part of it, and then we'll figure out this part later on, I guess. And I'm back over here. And take these off now. So that was fun, wasn't it? Sorta. Techie kind of way, I guess. At least you got to see his face for a while. So anyway, I don't really have anything else specific, and so have something more y'all want to say or something. I guess we'll call it a day, huh? Watching the streams. If there's any other questions or thoughts or other distros you want me to review, that kind of thing. Yeah, I kind of was just scrolling along and I saw this and I knew it was something I was looking for. Said to make gaming easy. I thought it'd be simple as installing the distro, have everything work out of the box, but of course it didn't work out that way, especially with NVIDIA card drivers. Oh, I think it tried to set up NVIDIA drivers and stuff, but I may have messed that up when I was trying to install NVIDIA drivers for things that weren't there. And I installed a bunch of repositories that were goofing it up and stuff, so I had to take all those repositories out. That kind of stuff. Yeah. Bye, Peter. We'll see you next time. And it's probably been a long day, especially watching Steve ramble on about nothing. Yeah. So anyway, I guess I'll end this too, and we'll check back with y'all next time. Next week we'll try it again. Try and get the Zoom thing working better next time, hopefully. So, till next time, we'll see you later. Oh, really? That's cool. Yeah, I'm waiting on that so Peter was able to get in and talk and find out if he was being heard or not or what. But anyway, we'll figure it out later. We'll make sure all my settings are correct, that kind of thing. Get my whole cycle of what needs to happen down, and we'll do it next time. But at any rate, we'll see y'all later. Bye. May the Linux Force be with you.